Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm Supriya, and in today's video, let's talk about material desires. Our Vedic scriptures tell us that material desires are a root cause of our downfall. Even in Buddhist teachings, we have heard that desire is the root cause of sorrow. So let us understand why is that so. There are three mental afflictions that are mentioned in our Vedic scriptures. They are called the Manas Rog. The first one is called Kama, which is lust or material desires. The second one is called Krodha, which is anger. And the third one is Lobha, which is greed. Why are these called mental afflictions? Let us understand why. We are all on a constant search for happiness, and we are constantly contemplating finding this happiness from something that is out of this material world. And when we start deeply thinking that there is going to be happiness in certain thing that is of this world, or a person, or an experience, then we create attachment, which leads to desires. Now, these material desires can only have two outcomes. Either the material desire is fulfilled or it is obstructed. When the material desire is fulfilled, it leads to greed. And when the material desire is obstructed, it leads to anger. Now, let us understand this with an example. Let's say on a hot summer day, I decide that I need to cool off with something cold to eat, and immediately my mind comes up with a desire of an ice cream. I go to the shop and the shopkeeper says he has run out of ice cream. Now, what do you think this will create? My desire is obstructed, so I become angry. In another scenario, let's say the shopkeeper does give me the ice cream and I enjoy it today. But come tomorrow, my mind is going to start thinking again how wonderful it was to eat the ice cream. Why not get an ice cream today as well? And this will eventually keep continuing. No matter how often I have fulfilled that desire, it will come back, and often with redoubled intensity. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that when we get angry, we often become delusional. We lose our memory, and which brings about a ruin of our intellect, and then we have an emotional reaction and say something or do something that we live to regret later. But the saving grace for anger is that at least it comes and then it subsides. But unfortunately for greed, there is never an end. Greed is just intense desire that keeps coming up again and again, and eventually leads us to an endless chase which will never truly satisfy us. Greed is described in our Vedic scriptures as trying to douse fire with ghee or oil. Momentarily, it looks like the fire is going away, but then eventually it comes up with redoubled intensity. And that is what happens with greed. So anger and greed are both mental afflictions which are not beneficial to us. And the root of both of these are desires. So we have to give up material desires to give up anger and greed. So instead of trying to get happiness from material desires, we must change our perspective to desire spiritual happiness, to desire serving God, and from there we will get what is true happiness. We'll talk more about that in other videos. Please stay tuned. Until I see you again, you take care.